frustration in Thornton Township tonight as another board meeting got canceled because of a lack of a quorum.
And that came after a disagreement about where to hold the meeting as trustees expressed concerns for their safety. WGN's Jenna Barnes live in South Holland with the latest updates. Jenna.
Mike and Ray, one neighbor told me tonight she's disgusted. For the second time in a month, a Thornton Township board meeting was canceled, this time because Supervisor Tiffany Henyard and a trustee couldn't agree on where to have the meeting. As Thornton Township residents waited for the doors to open, a standoff brewed between leaders.
Right now, it appears that they're going to try to have a meeting upstairs. It is not safe up there.
Trustee Chris Gonzalez insisting on holding the meeting in a downstairs room, which can accommodate the most people, and he says has more exits. Safety, the top worry amid escalating tensions in these settings. He and another trustee, Carmen Carlisle, skipped the last meeting because of the same concerns, effectively canceling that meeting.
The harassment, where it's allowed for people to literally walk up to somebody trying to say their 3 minutes, and they're not allowed to.
Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, however, tried to go on with the meeting in a smaller room upstairs. With Carlisle still absent and another trustee's recent resignation, there could be no meeting without Gonzalez going up or Henyard coming down.
Okay, guys, we do not have a quorum, so we will not be having a board meeting this evening.
On the agenda, the approval of bills and what's labeled as the supervisor's tax refund for all homeowners. Nothing got done.
It's just getting to be redundant, and we're getting tired of coming here, not having the laws followed, not having a meeting.
It's her fault. It's her problem, her responsibility, and she failed. She's failed everybody.
On the safety front, one neighbor noted they were wanded by security for the first time.
As you can see to my right and to my left, we have 2 exit doors, so if any board members feel like they're not safe for any reason, they can exit out of the building.
And just because, somebody's able to go out that back door safely, one person, I'm concerned about, the other 40 people that are in there.
Gonzalez says they will likely have a special meeting next week because at some point the bills do have to get paid. Henyard said at tonight's very brief meeting, this particular fight could end up in court. We're live.
Yes, of course, it could end up in court because that's all they do is be down there just causing chaos for no reason, just to be difficult. And while Big Tiff always says that she cares for the people, she love you, ain't nothing you can do about it, it most certainly doesn't seem like she does. All she had to do was carry her fanny on downstairs and have the daggone meeting. Carmen should have showed up. Y'all need to do your daggone jobs. These people are allegedly getting paid in order to sit and cause chaos, have us talk about it, have the news talk about it in order for nothing to get done. And of course, Tiffany does nothing wrong, even though she's in charge of all of this. You are in charge, ma'am. I don't know how many times I can tell you that. When are they going to replace Jerry Jones? When is someone else going to take his place? Now, in this particular case, because they've canceled 2 meetings because of this foolishness, then that does mean that people are actually not getting paid. Look at Tiff and Loretta, I think her name is. They know to turn around and to not let people be able to read their daggone lips, unlike Obama and Biden. But that's a whole different live stream. Lawyer seems like he was alive, alert, and awake. I saw him blinking his eyes. He was ready to go, and they couldn't resolve it because anything to be difficult, anything to make things difficult, anything to cause chaos. Same old crap, different day. So it looks like Loretta is going to leave the room for a moment. And from what I seen in another video, I think she goes downstairs to try to talk Chris to coming upstairs, which means they would have had Chris, the masked lady, Tiff, 3 people, no Jerry Jones, no Carmen. I guess that would have been enough. The problem with that is, and this is what I think the bigger issue is that if they voted, that means Chris would have been outvoted because Masked Woman and Tiff would have voted the same. So everything would have been done. These are all moves on all their part. I don't care what nobody say. This is moves on all their part. So Carmen could have came. It would have been Carmen and Chris voting together, Tiff and the Masked Woman voting together, and then Loretta Wells would have been the deciding factor from what I understand, and she's going to side with Tiff. And they don't want that. So I don't know what they think they're going to do at this point, meaning the trustees. Let the chips fall where they may, because at this point, it is what it is. But I beg people to notice that your attorney general, your DA, your running officials who are running for office and want you to vote for them and Pritzker are saying nothing. No one is saying anything. No one is coming down. No one is chastising. No one is saying, stop wasting the court's time. Stop making a farce of the court system. We looking crazy. Nope. Just let it all go. We don't care. It doesn't matter. Now you got these people down here going through this mess. They've been going through it for however long it's been, 3 years now? Here come Loretta coming back to say, Chris said he ain't bringing his ass up here because there's enough people downstairs that you should bring your ass downstairs and all these daggone people. But at least they turned away to say that. Girl, he said he ain't coming up here. Girl, what you talking about? Girl, he said he ain't coming up here, so you got to figure out what you gonna do. He also said you better stop acting all crazy because he ain't got time. Oh, did he now?
Okay, guys, we do not have a quorum, so we will not be having a board meeting this evening. As you can see, it's 2 board members here, and thank you for coming out. Sorry that you didn't show up, but I just hope the news get it right. As you can see, we are all here present and willingly to have a scheduled board meeting. It saddens my heart that every time it's time to do the business and the will of the people, it gets blocked because people don't come and take their job serious. We basically have 2 scheduled meetings every single month, and our job is to come, pay the bills, pass ordinances if need be, and make sure you understand what it is that we have been doing for the entire month as relates to paying board members. So I just want to point that out so you understand what's going on, and as relates to safety. We have put so many steps and things in place to make sure we assure everyone's safety here in Thornton Township. As you can see to my right and to my left, we have 2 exit doors, so if any board member feel like they're not safe for any reason, they can exit out of the building. If it's downstairs, of course, you guys know we are against the wall, so there's no exit strategy. So I just want to point that out because I know a lot of times y'all report things that's untrue. So I want to make sure you understand what's going on and you got the facts versus fiction. I know that Keith Price spoke to this at the last meeting where, again, people didn't show up and we had to cancel that meeting. So eventually we will end up in court because this cannot and will not go on. We have to continue progress here in Thornton Township, which has a surplus, by the way, over $9 million. So I am so grateful to myself and to the board members that helped make that possible because you need a team to make sure things move smoothly. So again, thank you for coming out this evening. I am here for any questions afterwards. And that concludes this scheduled board meeting. Thank you.
And there you go. But y'all thought that was it? Child, no, that was not it. Now this, in my opinion, is the real reason why Big Tiff is hauling ass on up out of here. Shout out to Cake. But she hauling her, shout out to the good looking oppressor. I see you there, boo. Hey, boo. But yes, let me focus. Yeah, this is the reason why she hightailed it on out there, in my opinion.
Rob, as it happens, there was no Thornton Township meeting to speak of, but Tiffany Henyard's landlord showed up here to see her tenant in person after she says Henyard has been dodging both her and rent payments for months.
Thank you guys for coming out this evening. So we are waiting to see if we have a call.
Tuesday evening, Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard sat idly waiting to preside over yet another stunted bi-monthly board meeting. Without enough board members to proceed, to Henyard's great frustration, the meeting ended before it even began.
And our job is to come, pay the bills, pass ordinances if need be, and make sure you understand what it is that we have been doing for an entire month. So eventually we will end up in court because this cannot and will not go on.
Tiffany Henyard's landlord, Janetta Hull, is feeling the same exasperation.
I'm just here because I'm at wit's end and I fear that I'm going to go into foreclosure soon if I can't get this matter handled.
Hull says Henyard and the man with whom she shares the home, Kamal Woods, haven't paid the $2,400 per month rent on the Dalton home they leased from her for October or September. In August, she says they paid just $2,200.
I would have told the judge that she owes me $5,000 in behind rent, plus whatever the late fees are.
She would have told the judge, but she says neither Henyard nor Woods showed up for a court date Tuesday. Court documents show Cook County Sheriff's deputies have tried and failed to serve Henyard and Woods with eviction papers earlier this month, both at home and Dalton Village Hall. And when Hull showed up to this home Saturday for maintenance, she says she was locked out, locks and garage door code altered.
I'm just bewildered because the same things that she's doing to the trustees and changing locks in the offices, it's the same thing she does to to everyone. It's not just them. This type of behavior has to stop. That's not the way a public servant should be.
Child, she barely a public servant, but this is how big Tiff is. And this is why, in my opinion, she hightailed it on out of there because she didn't want to get caught on screen being served again like she did the last meeting where the dude came out. Y'all saw it. We covered that. Because after she went home or wherever the hell she went, probably downstairs or upstairs, wherever the hell they at, to rant. Usually she would have sat there and ranted so that the media could get it and talk about it later on, but she didn't want to be embarrassed again, allegedly. So she went somewhere else in order to have her typical rant, talking about how ain't nobody doing the business and she the beacon of light and she everything and everybody should love her. She love you. She's nothing you can do about it. We got a $9 million surplus. We got a $10 million surplus. We got an $8 million surplus. And yet this foolishness still goes on, child. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and cover her rant because it was over an hour daggone long, child. I see I missed absolutely nothing by taking the night off, but hopefully you'll be here tonight for the live stream on October the 23rd. Make sure you go ahead and like this daggone video, comment, make sure you subscribe if you are new. I see you all in the next one.
You know better than to feed me anything because I do not care.